All right, here we go. We got ourselves another fresh new series coming at ya. Spawning up in the top left for Dragon Kitesy Gaming, it is Dark. In the red. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom right for Big, it is ShoWTimE. In the blue. All right, all right. Dark. One of the more difficult or most difficult players to go up against. He just feels so unkillable sometimes. And he really showcased that in spades against Classic recently, where he turned a couple of really impossible to win games into victories by just thoroughly outplaying his opponent. Dark was on was really wielding some main character energy at ESL Masters Atlanta. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. ShoWTimE electing not to go for the hatch block timing. Instead, just being a nuisance with this early probe, which is, yeah, not too bad. Always good. It's interesting, I actually spoke to ShoWTimE at ESL Masters Atlanta at DreamHack, and he was saying that he feels like he's not playing that well. And I said, like, no, I think you're wrong. I think you're playing some of the best StarCraft you've played in a long time. And he's like, nah, other players are playing well. And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't mean you're not getting better. That just means they're also doing very well. I actually think ShoWTimE has a really good chance. And I told him this, and I do believe it. I think he's got a really good chance to win a Premier tournament or win something big in the near future. Like, I think he's counted himself out a little bit too much. I think he's got a lot of potential. Even still. Man, that Zergling died kind of hard. Good job from ShoWTimE managing to find both of the Zerglings from Dark. Dark loves to send lings across the map to keep his opponent occupied. But, yeah, doesn't work. Does not work this time. ShoWTimE, by the way, is one of the few players that will go very heavily into Adepts. Very heavily into Adepts before Warp Gate completes. And it's rather cool. I like it a lot. Dark dropping a not super early creep tumor, but rather early off of the natural expansion. ShoWTimE is quite good at finding damage, but with the Oracles and Adepts, but he is playing with very high ping right now, which is going to make it extremely difficult to get anything done. Isn't main character energy the only energy Dark has? It really feels like it sometimes. Really feels like it. Fast third base from ShoWTimE, no surprise there. Dark getting supply blocked at 58. That's a pretty brutal block. ShoWTimE, just a little flyby in through the third, but it does cost him an Oracle. I don't know if going for that extra Zergling snipe cost him the Oracle or not. I think he was going to lose it anyways, but that one does hurt. Robotics Facility, Forge, and ShoWTimE, is he just going to go fast Disruptors? Ooh, he will get in with quite a few Adepts here. This is that early Adept pressure that I was talking about, and Nightmare doesn't really have enough to deal with this right now. ShoWTimE will be able to get some big damage done with this. Dark waits until ShoWTimE cancels the shade before he pulls the drones. But this is a lot of damage coming on in. 10 drones. Between the damage of the natural and the damage in the main, it's pretty bloody effective. But it's not the worst thing. Ooh, and Dark. This is something he likes to do off of these early layers. He is going to be going for a Nidus Worm. This one's not going to be Ling Queen Nidus. This is going to be a 5-gas Roach Queen Nidus. Dark splitting off Lings here, making it look like it's just for scouting information. ShoWTimE, will he be able to hold this? I don't feel too good about his chances. He does have an Immortal. He's got a fair number of sentries. Dark does get supply blocked here. Hang on, that's going to help out a lot. And the Revelated Queens might have just given this away. If they didn't, I mean, ShoWTimE definitely knows now. How many gateways do we have? We got 3 gates. 4th one about to complete. Fast +1 weapons is not done yet. Can ShoWTimE get the kill on this Nidus Worm? No. Corrosive Vials will take down this cannon lickety-split. Oh, if he could kill that Nidus Worm, that would be so helpful. But instead, he's actually going to get a Queen. However, because the Nidus Worm completes, now the Transfuses can start coming on through. Cannon does get taken down again. ShoWTimE has mostly depleted Queen energy, but it's not gone yet. And there is still a lot of stuff here for Dark. Battery Overcharge going to get popped. It's surviving, though. The shield battery in the back, keeping it alive. ShoWTimE, can he hold here? Demour. The wall. Nice cancel right there on the cannon. +1 weapons about to complete. There's 3 Immortals. This is actually a really great situation for ShoWTimE. My goodness, the defense. Looking top tier so far. This looks so scary. But I mean, with the Immortals, like, honestly, the robotics facility is probably the best possible structure you could have against something like this. And ShoWTimE, I'm really curious. I should have been paying attention for when he built those cannons, but now this feels like there's nothing that Dark can really do. If ShoWTimE executes a strong attack with +2 weapons, with a bunch of gateways, with Archons, what can Dark realistically do against that? He's got so much money in the bank. He's going to throw down 16 Swarm Hosts. That's what Dark is going to do. Wow. That is a ludicrous play right now. And with how far behind he is, I mean, it does kind of make sense. ShoWTimE, where are the gateways? Okay, 3 more of them are about to complete. Yeah, he will be on 8 gates. This could cause ShoWTimE to panic. But I mean, if he panics, he's just going to attack, right? And Dark will have, like, nothing to defend. I was going to say, I think Dark needs to not use every Swarm Host. I wonder if ShoWTimE can be bluffed into not attacking. This Nexus will get taken down. And he gets the cannon too. Oh, and does manage to get one of the pylons, almost getting the second one. Very close to perfect split target fire right there. Nexus are going to be rebuilt. ShoWTimE, I mean, this has kind of worked for Dark. The thing is, ShoWTimE doesn't actually need to panic. Dark is the one who still needs to get a lot done. Like, 16 Swarm Hosts is so much supply, and it is so wrapped up. 1 Swarm Host gets taken down. Locusts launch their wave. Ooh, nice hot pickup on the Immortal. And he saved the second Immortal. No, he's not going to be able to. And he loses the first Immortal as well. Locust Wave will expire momentarily. ShoWTimE losing a lot during this last little phase. Now he needs to get a jump on his opponent's army. Losing an Archon and an Immortal right there. Dark has managed to turn a game that he had no business really being into something rather interesting. I don't think I like the +1 armor. I think I would much prefer the +3 attack. I get he's on a bit of a budget now, but feels like the +3 or +1 armor won't help you very much, whereas the +3 attack will help you a ton. There's that Swarm Host wave getting launched out. We do have a counterattack on the other side of the map. Stalkers do manage to bait out the Locusts, but ShoWTimE is kind of having trouble against this. And you can see the ping is definitely having an effect right there. Not able to save the 2 Archons. And Mortals will get back into a corner, but Dark, oh man, even lands another Corrosive Bile. Never mind, yeah. The ping seems to be just too much for ShoWTimE to deal with. Oh my god, the Corrosive Biles are landing home massively. And what looked like a completely won game has turned around drastically. Playing with 300 ping is just not fun at all. Man, that was like an instantaneous Locust launch. Like right as they came off cooldown. ShoWTimE going to try and get away with these units. Will manage to save most of them. And now he can turn around and fight with the Immortals and Archons. Oh, but he loses both Archons on the right. Against an expiring Locust wave, no less. Yeah, this is a little rough. Good kiting here from Dark with the Roach Ravager army. Even now, ShoWTimE can still potentially get this done if he can find an opportunity to get across the map. He has lost a lot of his power units, but he's still got a few Immortals. But Locust Wave in the natural is going to gut the Nexus. Oh, can he kill that robotics facility? Yes, he can. And even gets a couple more pylons. Jeez, Locust DPS is so insanely high. God, this game just got completely... It just went completely out the window. Dark was on like 3 roaches for a while. ShoWTimE got bamboozled by Dark's audacity. Good kiting here from Dark once again. ShoWTimE just continuing to lose a lot. And Dark is really just all over him. And now we've got the Hive done. Lurker Den on the way. +2 missile is getting close to completing for Dark. He's also added on +1 Carapace. Dark, when he commits to something, he commits. He commits hard. Zealots will get blown up here. You see the counterattack on the other side of the map. This is what ShoWTimE was kind of looking for. Oh, the Corrosive Biles land home big on the Immortals. Where is the War Prism? Does he not have one? Where is it? Really great kiting from Dark. He is managing to make such a small army look so much scarier than it should. Where is that War Prism? Okay, it's on the top side. Dark will get knocked back down to 3 bases, I think. ShoWTimE's actually going to let him save this one. ShoWTimE himself is rebuilding the natural. Even now, this game is not over. It feels like it spiraled out of control. But it hasn't fully yet. Locust waves will get dealt with here, but they are going to be able to trade at least... Well, it's not even trading. It's literally free. It's literally free. Man, Dark has just really kept ShoWTimE on the back foot for such a long time at this point. The upgrades are about to be even. 2-1 versus 2-1, at least for the ranged upgrades for Dark. ShoWTimE. I mean, it's been such a difficult thing dealing with all these Nidus worms everywhere. Dark really does know how to make your day unpleasant, doesn't he? No detection here either. Ooh, Zealots will force some of the Locusts out. He manages to kill the Nidus worm. ShoWTimE, oh, he was thinking maybe he had an opportunity to get something done. And maybe he did. I think he can deal with this Locust Wave, no, and finally stabilize on 4 bases. He's actually recalling. I don't think he needs to be doing that. What, did he just recall like 2 Zealots? Okay, that was silly. Finally, ShoWTimE stable on 4 bases. Nice job. Nice job. Does need to transfer some probes away from this base. Actually needs to save this base. Oh, never mind. Well, he's going to lose it. Dark should be able to get away with the majority of these units. Oh my god, the Corrosive Biles landing home massively, and he gets the Observer on the second wave. Dark's Biles are, they're like life. They just find a way. Sheesh. Every time it feels like. Every bloody time. Can ShoWTimE do something on the counterattack? The Locust Wave here. Oh, he's actually targeting the Gateway. He's not going to get the Nexus then, or the Cyber Core, just barely. But the War Prism... Ah, man, where is it? Just in the main. The fact that the Observer went down means that this creep stays alive, and Dark gets to drop down another Nidus Wormhead. Yeah, ShoWTimE is just having a really difficult time keeping up with the absolutely ferocious attacks of Dark. We will see a little bit of a trap on this army, but Dark able to cut his way through on the bottom side. These are 3-2 Roach Hydra Ravager. Corrosive Biles landing home on one of the Archons again. Dark during all this, though. He's going to find a base kill again. ShoWTimE has just been on the back foot for this entire game, it feels like. Dark just never let ShoWTimE get comfortable. And now that there's lurkers out, they've got range and adaptive talons. God, Dark he just doesn't give opponents a moment's peace. Not even a moment's peace. ShoWTimE finally going to be able to clean up some of this creep. And he will spot that his opponent does not have this base. But I mean... does that even matter? ShoWTimE's... We're 18 minutes in and he's back to 3 bases. Like... He's barely mining at this point. Oh, we're even going to see a bunch of probes going down at the 3rd base. The upgrades are better for Dark, by the way. And look at these lurkers and hydras moving in. They're going to find ShoWTimE out of position. They take the position at the top of the ramp, and that's just going to be it. This concave is so much better for Dark, and he's got lurkers in support. Swarm Host popping out of the Nidus Worm, and Dark takes a soul-crushing victory over ShoWTimE in game number 1. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Spawning down in the bottom left for Dragon Kites. The game, it is Dark in the red. And his opponent spawning up at the top right. It is Big's ShoWTimE in the blue. Man, oh man. Just a ridiculous showing from Dark. He just started slamming and never stopped. Never stopped. And after that initial attack, like, ShoWTimE was in such a good position, but Dark just went straight up to 16 Swarm Hosts and said, I don't care. I don't care. That's what he said. And ShoWTimE was like, well, you have to care. And Dark was like, nope, I don't. And that was that was kind of how that game spiraled out of control. Obviously, if that first Swarm Host wave doesn't kill the Nexus, I think ShoWTimE just wins the game. Even with Dark getting away with basically building those swarm hosts off of three roaches. Yeah, that was rough. But when things did start getting dicey, it would have been easy for ShoWTimE to just fall apart, but he didn't. He didn't just completely fall apart. He did eat a lot of corrosive biles to the face, and that honestly, that's just a demoralizing loss for sure. Like, that's a loss where you hold the first attack and you're like, oh man, okay, I've won this game. It's easy to get into that mindset and kind of let it go almost. But against a player like Dark, you can never give him an inch, because he will take every mile. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Got some, well, chrono boost coming on in. No chrono on the second adept. And ShoWTimE, once again, not trying to go for the hatch block here. When you go for that hatch block, you are kind of... oh, wait, what am I saying? That was the second adept. Header. So, yes, he did, in fact, chrono out the first 2 adepts. Ooh, Dark holding the creep tumor here. Not dropping it. Instead, going to go for the inject. Bleh. Oh my god, she's got red eyes? Have queens always had red eyes? Is this... God, they are just creatures. Ugh. Yuck. Is this the race I play? Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Another 4 adept opener from ShoWTimE, 4 adepts before Warp Gate. Once again, that's something ShoWTimE does, and not very many other pro tosses. And he did get some solid damage with it in game number 1. Like, quite solid damage. Oracle looking for some damage in the natural, but Dark is deflecting so far. He's saying, nuh-uh. Not this time. Oh, and this is... Well, these oracles are a little bit trapped right here. Oh, drops the cheeky double inject for the stack. Not as quick of a layer as game number 1, but still rather quick here. Out of Dark. Oh, third Oracle does show on up. Dark, he loses 1 drone, but he manages to save the others. Oh, meanwhile, Adepts shade forward. They will grab 2 more drones. That was 3 Adepts. More Adepts on the right side, and Dark is on top of it. Well, he's relatively on top of it. Oracle will go down. Adepts shade forward. I think I much prefer this for Dark. 5 drones and 2 lings for 5 adepts and 1 oracle. Yeah, I massively prefer that for Dark. ShoWTimE going to be going for the much more standard blink and +1. Oh, ShoWTimE even forced to use the oracle's pulsar beam. Turns it on. Doesn't get anything. Has to switch it back off. Yeah, this is a great start for Dark right now, and now he's gonna go for a very quick infestation pit once again. This time, I think it's gonna be for a hive, but we will see. Could even just go for infestors, just to lock down potential blink play. But I don't know that Dark knows that his opponent's gone Twilight Council this time.
Under attack.
He's got no inkling. D-Mauer setting up, well, D-Mauer setting up the wall. Ah, okay, it is going to be Swarm Host Nidus again. At least it certainly should be. Oh, ShoWTimE this time will be a lot more active with his scouting. That is good. That's funny. Right after he gets revelated, he drops the 8 locusts or 8 swarm hosts. Ooh, nice job from ShoWTimE. Does manage to find an opening in a natural. Able to pick off a few of those units. Dark. He does have roach speed done. But ShoWTimE with Blink will be able to keep these stalkers alive. Good job. He's able to even snipe down one of those roachy boys. There's that Nidus worm being launched out on the top side. But ShoWTimE's on top of it this time. Even though in game number 1, the start was better in theory. Oh, no. ShoWTimE is supply block. Never mind. Actually, no. He just finished up a pylon. 1 gateway. Can he get anything more? ShoWTimE? Okay, he's going to be able to blink back. Should be able to save... Well, he saved most of the stalkers. Only 2 stalkers and a gateway. That is much better than losing an entire fully mining Nexus. Much, much better. And ShoWTimE, he's the one attacking this time. Quite a few cannons being constructed. Locust waves being launched out. They're not going to do too much. And did they get 1 gateway? Anything more? I don't think so. ShoWTimE can be quite happy with this so far. That was a little bit of a misplay right there with the stalkers. ShoWTimE's got to be a little bit more careful. He needs to get out of here. And he will manage to avoid this. Even though there's a lot less power units for ShoWTimE this time, I like his position a lot more against what Dark is doing this time. Dark has not been able to find the damage that he did in the previous game. But also ShoWTimE has less high-octane tech, high-power tech. Battery overcharge is going to get popped this time. Oh, needs to heal up the Nexus. Needs to keep that Nexus alive. And he will manage to do so. Dark is going to lose out on a lot of this army, actually. I think ShoWTimE can blink forward after this. He's a little bit wary. And will not go chasing. How many gateways do we have? There's 8 gateways on the field. I mean, Dark is still maxed out. ShoWTimE building 4 more gateways now. Man, Dark is just so pesky with how he plays these swarm hosts. They're so in your face. Now he's pushing forward with the Roach Ravager. ShoWTimE will get pushed back here. Very hard, in fact. And the Corrosive Bile is able to take down a couple of the cannons as well. Dark is just bullying, man. He's just bullying straight up. And now the Locust Wave. Ooh, good job from ShoWTimE. Baits out the Locust on the bottom side. But the Nexus falls. The Nexus falls. That is a very painful loss for ShoWTimE. Dark, yeah, I think he's just in bully mode right now. Can ShoWTimE find this base? He needs to. He absolutely needs to. Super far forward on the creep. There are a lot of locusts at home. There we go. There's that locust wave being launched out. But forcing this out is not enough after losing the Nexus. He needs more. Does he have charge? Okay, he does have charge. Oh, no. Why are we re-engaging against the Locust? That doesn't help us at all. I guess he wants to get, going again on this side. We will see Zealots getting sent through into the natural, but we got Lurkers coming on in. Quite a few, well, not quite a few Lurkers getting morphed on in. 4 Lurkers. And there are the Zerglings catching this Zealot run by. Lurker's going to burrow on top of it. Hydra's going to be able to get some DPS in as well. And this will be pushed back. Meanwhile, Locust Wave getting launched right through the middle. Man, Dark he just always finds a way to outplay his opponent. forces the recall now, kills the cyber core, the gateway. ShoWTimE, good job right on top of rebuilding that cyber core. So he's not going to be running into any problems with that. But man, oh man, Dark really is the swarm. Finally, there are some power units in ShoWTimE's army with those Archons, but feels like it's too little too late at this point. A day late and a dollar short, as Roddy would say. Do the Hydras have their speed? They do. They have their speed and their range. Lurkers have their range and their burrow speed. A good concave here from ShoWTimE, but the Locust Wave, that is going to be quite destructive on the top side. Actually, does ShoWTimE have enough to fight here? The battery overcharge, he might. No, the Lurker's a little bit too strong. Meanwhile, Stalkers somehow slipped past everything. Will snipe the 4th base. But ShoWTimE is, he's in some big trub. 1922 Hydras on the way. ShoWTimE does have this base on the top side, and he has knocked his opponent back down to just 3 bases. ShoWTimE. There might still be a chance for him here. The problem is dealing with the Locust in a low eco situation is not fun at all. And yeah, now there's enough Hydras to deal with these Stalkers. That will push this counterattack away. And there's not a whole hell of a lot that deals with Lurkers particularly well. There's 1 Oracle for Revelation. Okay, he does keep it alive. 1 Oracle for Revelation and 1 Observer. Locusts have used their wave. Oh, we're going to see a big blink forward into the Lurkers. Will manage to get the kill on them. All right, not so bad from ShoWTimE, but this is another 10 probes during all this. He's down to just 50 workers. $46 make it. Starts rebuilding probes now, but I mean, Dark, even though he's only on 3 bases, he's still on 66 drones. They're both reeling economically, but Dark has a much more effective army, I think, for the situation. Oh, that's the Stasis Ward. First Stasis Ward we've seen in the series, by the way, that has had any kind of effect. And Lurkers zone out the army away from the natural. ShoWTimE will force the Locust Wave, but he instantly loses an Archon. Battery Overcharge going to try and keep these Archons topped up. Will manage to do so. That actually worked pretty well for ShoWTimE, but just does not have the units, does not have the numbers, does not have the positioning, and Dark will take the game and the series. Well done by Dark. And if you enjoyed that one, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Check out the rest of the videos, and we'll catch you on the flip side.